I just want to say a big thank you to you guys. I've actually hit 10,000 subscribers, 20,000 subscribers, 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, 50,000 subscribers, 70,000 subscribers on YouTube. What? Hey guys, Shadowz here. Welcome back to a brand new video. It's been a little while since we've done one of these. I've actually tried to record this video multiple times now, and the problem is, I just start to ramble on, just start to talk absolute madness about everything, you know, and like, yo, Shadowz, chill. You've only got a few things to talk about, you know, you don't need to be going on 10-minute craziness about everything, right? So we're gonna try this time, this cut around, keep it a little bit quicker and a little bit smaller, right? Here we go. So, yes, we actually surpassed 70,000 subscribers on YouTube recently, so this is going to be like the 70k special subscriber video. You know, I've been meaning to do this for a little while now because we're actually at 73,000 right now, but, you know, I just want to say to you guys, honestly, man, a huge thank you to every single one of you guys just watching the video right now, or maybe watching it in the future, I don't know. You know, this whole journey of just creating content for YouTube and streaming on Twitch, the last few years have just been absolutely insane, out of this world in my opinion, you know, like, honestly, like, you guys, just for choosing to enter, you know, my life by supporting what I want to create and what, you know, what I want to try and do, you know, with the dreams and passions and such, and like, you guys have changed my life, man. Like, we've been to America, like, I'm literally going to San Diego in a week's time today, which is just madness to think about, and it's just like, holy moly, man. I was putting the intro together for this video, you know, going back on the channel to the previous videos in the past of all the other, you know, older subscriber milestones, going for the, you know, the clips for the 10k to the 20k to the 30k to the 50k, and, you know, it just all hit me at once as I was editing it together. Like, we've been doing this for a few years now, and holy moly, like, things have changed like this, you know, like this, but also just life in general. Like, oh man, you guys are honestly, you know, like, I just, you know, I see it as, you know, something that I could never ever take for granted, you know, like, I honestly, like, I have so much fun doing this, and, you know, I just hope, sitting here right now, fingers crossed that, you know, this whole YouTube and, you know, this whole content thing can just, you know, continue for as long as possible, right? That is the dream, you know, just to try keep it going for as long as possible. But yeah, the main section of this video, I just want to touch a few things here and there that I wanted to talk about in one video, which is what we're going to be doing to celebrate 70,000 subscribers. We're going to be quickly covering, you know, a little bit about Gears content, you know, right now for my YouTube channel and, you know, streaming and all that good stuff. You know, we're going to quickly talk about the chargebacks that I, you know, had earlier and had to experience crazily earlier this year, you know, give you guys an update on that. We've also got, you know, supporting content from the developers' point of view and the community's point of view, a little cheeky Shadowz Q&A, and maybe a little bit about the 3 new Gears games that did get announced at E3 earlier in this year of 2018, because, yeah, the next few years for Gears is going to be spicy. So first of all, you know, content, Gears content, my YouTube channel is streaming right now, you know, as you may or may not have noticed, Gears 4 as a game has been out for nearly a few years now, so obviously, like, it's starting to dry up a little bit, get a little bit quiet, like, it's pretty much a struggle to, you know, try and think about, you know, engaging, interesting, new content that you guys want to watch for a game that's been out for almost 2 years. So I have to admit, like, right now, it's a little bit quiet and a little bit of a struggle for Gears, you know, but what I'm personally trying to do is, you know, just keeping it going, you know, day by day, you know, if I can get a video up every day, every 2 days, every 3 days, that's what we're trying to do, you know, that's what I'm looking at right now, right? And, you know, like, I have to admit that it's a little bit of a struggle, but it's all good just because I know next year, hopefully, fingers crossed, 2019 delivers, and, you know, for the next few years for, you know, Gears content creators, not only like myself, but others out there, you know, get the, you know, just get the success and, you know, the hype that we need from a new Gears game, right? You know, in terms of, like, streaming, like, if you guys didn't know, I live stream on Twitch, like, 4 or 5 times a week. The link is in the description of every single video. If you don't watch the Twitch live streams and, you know, you do enjoy the YouTube videos, you know, even if it's live gameplay videos, I highly recommend you, you know, come out to one of the streams and, you know, just hang out with the community, you know, because the best thing about Twitch streaming compared to YouTube videos is the live interaction that you don't get in the comment section of YouTube, you know, like, people can comment on YouTube videos like this one you're watching right now, and the comments just get lost over time, you know, it's a struggle to connect to everybody, whereas if you're, you know, connecting with you guys live on the stream on Twitch, like, it's so much better, you know, you guys can throw questions at me and we could just have a, you know, a chilled discussion type conversation style of gameplay, and it's just, you know, I want to see everybody out there, come on, get in the next live stream, right? Hopefully you guys do. Quickly talking about, the Twitch chargebacks, just to give you guys a heads up, a little bit of an update, because it's been a few months now, but, earlier in this year, I experienced one of the craziest, just things that I don't wish, or, I would hate to see for anybody I know, or just anybody out there in general, So, if you guys didn't know, quick story short, this guy, who used to watch the live stream quite a bit, he was always in the stream, he's been in the stream for a few years now, he actually donated like $10,000, I know, insane, life-changing money, and the worst thing about it was that 4 weeks later, he tried to, claim it all back, saying it was unauthorized, and obviously, that amount of money is just, I didn't even know, I didn't even know what to think at the time, and I just want to give a huge shout out to everybody that watches my live streams, because, without the Shadow Knight subscribers, without the community in my live stream, mentally, I might have lost my head, but yeah, just to give you guys a quick update, luckily, everything actually turned out in my favor, because obviously I had to, fight that and, try and get it all back, and, we pretty much got everything back, so luckily, thank goodness, we came out on top, and, I'm so glad we did, because if that didn't go my way, I don't know if I would be sitting there right now talking to you guys, I would have definitely had to go and do something about it, because, I was going to get in a load of issues with PayPal, and obviously for something that, all I do is, I've just been live streaming, man, it ain't my fault, come on. So, yeah, that, that was crazy, right, that experience in itself this year was absolutely insane, but, luckily, because it did go in my favor, that's the reason why I'm actually going to be going to the San Diego Gears esports event next week in California, San Diego, obviously. So, if you guys are going to be there, I'm going to be trying to vlog in as much as possible, take my laptop, get the videos out the next day of the recording sessions. And, yeah, it's going to be a good time. So, yeah, if you guys are actually going to the San Diego, California Gears event, make sure you say hi. I'm pretty much exactly what you're watching right now. There ain't no difference, man. I don't bite, I don't eat you, I ain't gonna body you in real life, with an Asher, this is life, You got life and then you got Gears, Just come say hi, right? Hopefully, I see as many of you guys there as possible, That would be just super, super awesome. Other things that I want to quickly talk about as well, in terms of, content and supporting content, I just want to give a big, just a little bit of advice to the Gears community, man. Come out and show support to the content creators, the YouTubers, the Twitch streamers, because they really, really deserve it, the grind and the mentality of the grind of, trying to, make it on YouTube and Twitch nowadays is so draining to the point where, if you're doing it for a couple of years and you're not really seeing anything, it's so hard on you, and so when I watch all of these other awesome people out there, that stream on Twitch, Gears, I just want to see as much support as possible, and that's just something that I personally want to try and achieve for Gears 5, is use that game's hopefully successful platform as a way to, give back to the community and, just support everybody else that does what I does, because we're all going through the trenches together, right? We're all going through the grind together, and, the more support everybody gets, the more support and just the bigger, in general, the Gears of War franchise gets, and obviously, a huge part of that, falls, onto the Persian developers themselves, with delivering a game in itself, but also, reaching out to content creators, reaching out to different, communities, whether that's, speed, super serious horde players, or, cosplayers, or artists, or, community pages, anything to do with, Gears community members taking their passion for Gears to the next level. If the, the Persian developers can support that, with, obviously different things depending on, what people do, that would be awesome to see, we're seeing a little bit with Gears 4 with, people like myself, the Razor Edge P, you got Sparkle, you got Crawler from the Mexican, Spanish, speaking Gears of War community, getting, characters early and such, things like that from the developers, they have all the power because it's their game, and so that kind of support would be unreal, if we can see that for everybody, not only myself, I just don't want it for myself, I want it for everybody in the Gears community, man, because, everybody's putting in the work, right, everybody's, on the grind, and, it's all about supporting each other, that's what it comes down to, I just want to really want to see Gears 5 as the game next year be as successful and as big for everybody, from the developers to the community to the casual players to the content creators. everybody having a good time, you know, that's what we want to see, man. We're going to quickly do a cheeky little Shadowz Q&A. I've got a few questions from the Twitter arena that, you know, I nearly lost. I couldn't find him. It took me about half an hour to find this tweet. But, you know, I took a few screenshots and we got a few questions coming through. So, question number one, we got one from Brian. He said, how did you come up with the gamertag hashtag Shadowz QA? So, the gamertag, or like, you know, name Shadowz, for me personally, originated from like 11 years ago in Gears of War 1. So when I was a kid, my first gamertag was Little Lee 1994. I know, name is Lee. I was very little as a kid, like I was very short, and you know, like we got a little bit taller now, but we're still skinny. And you know, I was born in 1994. You know, I'm 23 years old right now. Holy moly! If you guys didn't actually know. But I was playing Gears 1 ranked, absolutely grinding the game. You're only playing Warzone, first to 19 rounds on Raven Down, because I was so tilted and just frustrated with the active sniper just downing you all the time with one bullet that I only forced myself to play Raven Down back in the day. And I had this this teammate whose gamertag was like XI He actually taught me how to wall bounce, and I used to play with him non-stop when we used to play, you know, grinding, you know, the ranked leaderboards on Gears 1 back in 2007. And there's the crack house on Raven Down between one of the main spawns and statue side, where it's, you know, it's very, very dark in there. And you know what I used to do as a player is I used to sneak in there and hide in the shadows and hide on the cover of the wall and literally just switch left to right, you know, left to right, while bodying people that walk into my little den, you know. And then my friend Midgie, the guy that I used to play with, turned around, you know, when he was spectating me once, and I pulled off like a 3-piece, maybe a 4-piece, I don't know, 1v3 or 1v4. It was something crazy like that, you know. Doing, you know, what I was calling the Shadowz technique. He turned around and said, "Yo, Lee, you're always hiding in the shadows on this map. I'm gonna have to start calling you Shadowz, right?" And I was like, I like that, you know. So ever since that moment, like, I don't know if it's amazing of like an origin story, but yeah, ever since that moment, I've always just gone, you know, I've always just gone with the gamertag Shadowz, and you know, pretty much it sticks to right now. You know, we're creating content on YouTube and Twitch in 2018, which is madness. Question number two, we got Steven Sanchez with hashtag Shadowz QA. How was it growing up, Lee? Did you ever think you were going to make it as a YouTuber? By the way, good job for everything you do for the channel, my man. So, you know, first of all, I would say that I don't think I've even made it as a YouTuber or, you know, Twitch streamer or a content creator right now at this point. And, like, we're only getting started, you know, like 70,000 subscribers for Gears is a lot, but, you know, from the outer, bigger picture, realistically, right now on YouTube, it's still quite small, you know. And I would say, like, you don't really make it as a content creator until you can, you know, financially, you know, just support yourself as your main source of income or your main full-time job, you know, living in your own house, you know, not living at, you know, the mums and dads and the parents' house, and, you know, moving to that next stage of life, using content as a job, right? So we haven't made it just yet, but we're, you know, we're doing all right. We're doing all right to begin with, you know, we'll see how it goes. But, you know, I never thought or, you know, imagined myself sitting here, you know, creating content pretty much is my job, you know, like, the whole reason, and I've told this a bunch of times on the channel before, I am sweating right now, bro. Holy moly. I didn't realize, you know, how much you talk when you literally sit here in front of a camera, right? Holy moly, dude, I'm sweating out here. But yeah, you know, I never expected myself to, you know, create content. And the reason why I got into it was because during, you know, Gears Judgment, like, people weren't creating the content or the videos that I wanted to watch as a viewer, right? Because I watched YouTube for, you know, a good few years, like 4 or 5 years, you know, from like 2008, you know, as Gears 2 was releasing, you know, I started to get into, you know, the magazines and the information and just, you know, trying to find out as much about every Gears game that I could. And, you know, like, I never at that point imagined that I would be the person sitting here creating content for you guys to be in the same position, you know. So if any of you guys are ever thinking about getting into content, you know, whether that's YouTube, whether that's streaming on Twitch, like, just go for it, man. Like, we get to live a lot, like, we literally get to live this life once, and, you know, you just, if there's something you guys are passionate about, or, you know, there's something that you're interested in that you maybe can be taken to, you know, a full-time real-life job, like, just go for it, man. You got to do what you do, you know. Even look at my position, you know, like, we're risking everything right now trying to make this work, and, you know, even if it doesn't, like, the experience so far has been incredible, but, you know, you don't know until you take that step, you know, until you begin that journey, you know, like, if you don't, you know, take that first step, who knows what would happen, right? So go for it, man, do it. Question number 3, we've got hashtag Shadowz QA. Would you ever consider working for the Coalition Studio or Splash Damage? So, you know, both of these studios actually work on the Gears of War franchise. Obviously, the Coalition Studio being the main developers, with Splash Damage being a side studio that has helped out with Ultimate Edition, Gears 4, maybe Gears 5, we don't actually know, but they're actually working on their own Gears game right now, which is called Gears Tactics, which is going to be like the perfect PC Gears player experience going forward. So, honestly, obviously, yes, 100%. There's no other way I would turn down a full-time job working on Gears, you know? And I've had this conversation with a few developers at the Coalition Studio, like, if they ever want me to, you know, go work on Gears, because, you know, as much as I love YouTube and Twitch, and, you know, I would imagine that I would still be able to continue doing it, even if I did get a job in Gears. Like, I want to, you know, just try and do my best and, you know, use my time to, you know, help Gears just get to that next stage, you know? So if that requires, or, you know, has the opportunity to, you know, whether that's, you know, working as QA or, you know, in the community team at the Coalition, like, oh, 100%. Are you crazy? So the last question we got right here, which is from Eric, which I definitely wanted to include in this video because I believe it's very, very important. You know, I've covered it in a few videos in the past, specifically the reasoning behind the Blood Moon and Margot character gameplay. But Eric had a question for me which says, have you ever struggled with depression and thoughts of suicide? If so, how did you get past it and become successful? Hashtag Shadowz QA. So again, first off, get it out there. I don't know if I could, you know, judge this as successful, because I don't feel personally, in my mind, in my mentality, that we're there just yet, you know? But if you guys see it as that, like, I truly, truly appreciate that, you know? So, you know, I would say every single person out there, including myself, everybody living today, has had to deal with depression one way or another in their life, you know, whether that's, you know, within themselves individually, or, you know, somebody that they know in their real life, you know, whether that's a family, you know, a family member, a friend, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, mother, father, son, daughter. Like, I feel like every single person in this world has had to, you know, deal with, you know, a side of depression or, you know, mental health in one way or another, you know. And I just want to tell you guys right now that, you know, life is incredible, and is as hard as, you know, or is as worse as it gets. You're not going to feel like that for the rest of your life, you know. And, you know, a lot of it comes down to, you know, yourself and, you know, your inner self. But, you know, I would just say, like, if you're ever feeling, you know, some sort of way, in a negative way, just reach out to somebody, you know, reach out to a family member, you know, reach out to a friend, just reach out to anybody, you know. Like, there's so many people on this planet right now around you that would love to support you, but necessarily don't know that's the, you know, mindset that you're in, you know. And a lot of it comes down to, you know, when you're in that mindset that you think it's the worst, and, you know, like, you think there's, you know, like, it's just never going to be good again, or, you know, like, it's never going to get better. And I've just got to say, like, that isn't the case, you know. Just, you've just got to try, and, you know, in any situation, in any moment, you just got to try and think, right, this is where I'm at right now, and that's where I want to be, you know. Like, there's always a positive side out there. It's as hard as it feels like there isn't, you know. And as long as you use the people around you to support, and, you know, to speak to, like, honestly, to speak to someone, man, like, you guys can get through, you know. Like, I would say this whole YouTube and Twitch, you know, experience has treated me, like, it's taught me so far that this is very, very hard, you know. As a mental, like, health thing, like, this is a struggle to, you know, keep the grind going at the lowest and the quietest times, you know. Things aren't going so well, you know, as it could be, and it's definitely a struggle, you know. But for me, it's like, right, this is how I am right now, you know. Like, we're not, you know, doing what I did, you know, when Gears 4 dropped, or maybe like a year ago. But if I think to next year in 2019 and just, you know, hope for the best, you know, keep on hold and just keep going, like, you will get there, you know, and it will get better. So, you know, if you guys, you know, are ever, you know, dealing with, you know, any depression or any mental health, if you're feeling any sort of way, again, you know, the bottom line is just, you know, reach out to somebody. You know, even there's hotlines, you know, on the internet that you can find, you know, for numbers that, you know, there's people on the line ready to talk you, you know, into, you know, a more positive, better mindset, you know. And I just hope that, you know, my content and, you know, me, myself as an individual person, can hopefully, you know, reflect that in, you know, what I do, and, you know, what I'm trying to do, you know. So you guys are amazing, man. Honestly, like, thank you guys just for, you know, being awesome, you know. Like, we've got an amazing future ahead of us with 3 brand new Gears games. We've got Gears Pop, Gears 5, Gears Tactics, you know. In the next few years, the Gears are going to be super, super exciting. And again, I just want to thank you guys for 70,000 subscribers, you know. We are 30 away, 3 more major steps from 100 freaking K, where you get that YouTube plaque, right? And that would literally be the dream goal. Past that, I don't know. I don't know, it's just a bonus, you know. For right now, we're set on that 100k, and we're going to try my hardest to freaking get there, especially with next year and Gears 5. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy the journey and the ride, right? Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of this video, you know, any feedback on anything that I talked about, you know, mentioned, whatever. You know, I'll be looking in the comment section specifically for this video to, you know, reply to, you know, just love as many of you guys' comments as much as I possibly can. Give the video a thumbs up and share if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you aren't already. Thank you for watching, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.